Hello, my name is Leo Olbea. I'm a fourth year sociology major and I'm a self-proclaimed flexitarian.
Hi, I'm Carlos. I think I describe my eating habits. I eat everything, but I think I eat more in the carnivorous side. A lot more meat than vegetables.
My name is Emma Finn. I'm a fourth year geography environmental studies major and public affairs minor at UCLA. Let's see, dietary habits. I would call myself a conscious omnivore because I'm very picky about where my meat and dairy sources and vegetable sources come from. So I don't buy milk unless it's a really nice glass jar, gallon, where I know that the cow farm was well maintained and that the cows had free range, and I like to know my sources, especially with meat. I don't follow that all the time, of course, but when I cook for myself I do, so I don't buy meat, and it's also cheaper. I chose this particular way of eating because I know how effed up the food system is, and it really makes me angry that the way we get our food is really a lie, because you don't see the people behind the food, and that goes for labor conditions, that goes for the way our soil is treated, for the animals, and the chemicals that go into your food. There's a laundry list of things wrong with our food system.
Oh, I have no choice. I think I just eat whatever my parents cook, and my parents always cook Filipino food, and it's all meat. And I'm not willing to spend my own money to buy groceries for myself, so I just eat what's there, and it's meat most of the time.
Okay. So I have never eaten healthy or kind of thought about healthy eating since I was born. I was always a picky eater. So I wouldn't eat vegetables, I wouldn't eat any type of seafood, I wouldn't eat chocolate. I was very picky, and so the foods that I did select weren't necessarily healthy, weren't necessarily balanced in any way. And so I got into college, and there were certain things that I started to notice about my own health, about my energy, about my body image. And so I started to question, why can't I have a slimmer body? Why am I getting fat? Why do I feel tired, sick sometimes? And all of this related to the fact that I didn't have a balanced diet. And so this is something that's new to me, but I made the decision to switch to a flexitarian diet. I'm not sure if that's a technical term, but essentially is I would go meatless for certain days of the week, which would be Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. The reason why I decided to go meatless is, since I'm so picky, the very base thing that I always know I can eat is meat. I'll eat any type of meat. And so because of that and that restriction in my diet, it was really difficult for me to have a balanced diet. And so adding or taking away meat from Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday forced me to open up my own eating habits to other things such as vegetable, fruit, meat alternatives, plants, tofu, literally anything except meat. And so it was super difficult, but yeah, that.
Sustainability is when the food being produced is has a positive impact in its location. Yep. Good production, good products, expensive products.
From my own understanding, I would say food sustainability is the concept of producing and distributing food in a sustainable manner, meaning that it's not degrading or harming the environment, and it is a process that can sustain itself.
I don't think anyone living in America can consider themselves sustainability because they benefit from unsustainable practices, whether they know it or not, just by walking on the concrete. I think my lifestyle practices, my reusable mug, I got these pants and this cashmere sweater actually for free at a clothing swap. I don't really buy clothes. I try not to. So I would consider myself more sustainable than, I don't know, maybe the average American, but I don't like to label myself as sustainable.
Ooh, Kazunori hand rolls. This is a advertisement for them, but it's so good. Like I think I only buy it. I think it's my comfort food because it makes me feel comfortable. I only eat it a few times when I feel like I deserve it since it's expensive. So when I get to eat it, I'm like, oh, I'm at a good place.
Yeah,
So
for
hand
sure.
rolls. I say you buy it, tastes good. There's one in Westwood, there's one in Santa Monica, and there's one in downtown from what I know.
My comfort foods, I would say rice and bread for sure, like a warm grain bread because it's just so flavorful and it's so fun. It comes in all shapes and sizes and flavors of wheat. I went to a grain conference courtesy of Professor Bassett and through like my internship at the Santa Monica Farmers Market and being exposed to the way that farmers grow their wheat and the importance of reclaiming the grain system and just the way that bread is so beautiful. Hearing the crunch in a loaf or like pita bread is delicious. Rice. So I would consider a warm grain my comfort food.
Yeah. My one comfort food is literally ice cream. My favorite ice cream is the strawberry ice cream bar. I literally do not need to eat it, but I have a slight obsession with it because it makes me happy and I have problems. So typically what happens is I go to Ralph's, I buy my groceries, but I try to stay away from it, but I end up going to the freezer aisle, taking a box of strawberry ice cream bars and getting it. And I get into my car, I open it up, and it takes me 5 minutes to drive home. Within that 5 minutes, I will eat 3 ice cream bars. And then I will no longer be hungry for lunch, so I won't eat lunch. And that's my comfort food because it literally makes me happy and comfortable and sugary.
My food ways go with my like dietary preference, I think, which is what I said earlier, is I'm conscious of which means so like, I don't buy fast food ever, even if my friends are going, I just don't buy anything.
Ever since I was a kid, because my parents don't eat vegetables, so growing up I didn't eat like vegetable stuff. All I ate was like, meat and rice, and I think it just became that way the whole time because I lived with my parents. But when I went to college, that's when it changed a little bit because dining halls were so much more available to me. Like I started eating a lot more vegetables when I got to college because it was there, and sometimes I felt bad about myself and would just like eat healthy stuff. And but growing up though, all my diet just consisted of rice and like meat.
So a lot of my life, food has been convenience. And so growing up, because I was fortunate enough to eat whatever I wanted to, my metabolism was great, and I was overall healthy, I had the option to be picky. And so that meant I could eat meat all the time. I didn't have to eat vegetables. And so I was able to be a picky eater because it was convenient for me, because I was in a sense privileged. And then I come into college, and then I started to see different changes in my body because I'm getting older. My metabolism isn't working so much. I have a belly. I'm starting to get tired because there's so much going on. I don't have as much time. I'm not asking my parents for money. I'm buying my own food. And so all these circumstances changed my diet to something in a sense that was more fit for the type of person that I wanted to be, which was a healthier person, a more energetic person, a person who has a better body image. And so that's essentially how my food ways, in a sense, was dictated by my identity as a college student dancer who wants to be good looking and confident. And so yeah, but I guess I still do have these certain struggles. Like sometimes I break my diet because I want to go out and I want to have a good time, and I don't want to restrict people if I go out because I can't eat meat. Or sometimes I just want to feel better about myself, so I'll eat my comfort food and have that strawberry ice cream bar. But my food ways are intricately defined and linked to my identity right now as a college student dancer, and it still goes around that idea of convenience, but it's now food is less convenient and less accessible for me as a college student.
I have used the food guide pyramid and the mind plate thingy, the nutritional guidelines, and that's because I was actually part of the Unicamp session that was health, nutrition, and fitness.
When I was taking the class that made me do it, I had to record what I ate. I think I was more conscious about what I'm eating because I was recording it. But after that quarter, it was over. So I did it for one quarter. And
So I don't know how to count calories. I don't know what a serving is or how much a serving is. So I definitely don't use a health pyramid. I have talked to my dietitian to talk about my diet to make sure that I'm getting all the necessary ingredients and nutrients, since I do go meatless on certain days. But in general, I don't use any type of formula. I just make sure that my plate looks colorful. So I'm having those greens, I have my meats, I have like my grains, and kind of just making it colorful. But overall, I don't really use any type of thing to supplement what I should be eating. Oh, I never look at nutrition labels. I don't think I'm too specific about what I'm eating, because in my mind, I tend to think, oh, well, this is a step better from what I've always done, so this is already great. Health claims do have a slight effect. So for example, I look up like healthy stuff because I work at a health center and I have to like post those on the internet, on the interweb. But for example, I almost never drink anything except water, because I know that fruit punch or any fruity drinks or anything minus water has a lot of sugar. That's just like a health claim that I've heard that I trust and understand to be true because it makes sense. But other than that, I don't really look at labels. If it says non-fat versus like fat, doesn't matter to me, because I think milk is great, for example. Or I don't really change, because I already know that I'm trying to eat healthier. It doesn't really matter to me how specific that is. So if I'm already getting a certain type of vegetable, it doesn't matter to me if it's organic or not, because I'm already going to eat that broccoli, and that to me is a step above. So in a sense, I don't really look at nutrition levels and or nutrition labels, and health claims don't have a huge effect on me, as long as I feel as though I'm eating somewhat healthy.
Nice. How do?
I think I choose not to look at it.
That's fair.
Like,
I don't
eat
really
my
look
food
either.
And, like, it's what I have, so I'm just like, what's the point of me looking at what's in it? I think if I look at it, I wouldn't even understand what's on there. So like, yeah.
Judging on the fact that I don't really watch TV or look at advertisements, I want to say they don't have a huge effect. However, I will say that I pay attention to what I see on Facebook in terms of, okay, so basically advertisements do run my life, so never mind. I'm trying to think of, so social media. I think we all see different like ads or videos or things about how you can be healthy, or here are like the top 5 tips of how you can change your diet, or like I definitely have looked at those, and I definitely have utilized things such as Pinterest. So whether those are like direct ads or they're just content that like other companies are using, I guess they would have an effect on me because I don't have the knowledge, to really navigate how to eat healthy. So I do rely on things that I find on the internet. Sometimes those are ads, oftentimes they are. But I would say that those are the types of things that do affect my eating. As for specific companies, labels, or products in which they affect me, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm affected by those because I'm not a loyal fan of any type of product, but it's more so the type of food that it is that kind of affects whether I buy it or not a product per se.
Cool.
I don't know. I think it depends on what my mood is at that moment. Like if I'm really hungry and then like a burger commercial pops up, like I really, really want a burger. But like if I'm like chilling, like I just ate, or like I'm not hungry at all, I feel like it doesn't affect me as much. I think the only advertisement that affects me is if it's like a cheap price. It's like, we have all this for $5, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot, I want to try that. But if it's like just like, hey, check this out as a new burger with like no discounts or anything, then I wouldn't care.
Because of my newfound, I would say, or because of my more recent knowledge, I think I criticize a lot of food advertisements, especially when it comes to sugary drinks or candy, things that isn't really food. But then, yeah, I don't know, I don't see a lot of ads for like farmers markets or like fresh produce. Even Got Milk. I used to love as a kid, like milk and dairy. I have like a Got Milk t-shirt that I have a picture with when I was a baby. But I mean, like milk is something that is subsidized, and that it's kind of forced upon us. It's not something we need to be drinking, which is baffling to me. And like I said, it makes me kind of angry because it's forcing you to buy something just for profit, not for your body, actually.
Okay. So a lot of the questions we decided to ask were based on concepts and terms from the class and from the readings. For example, like, do you pay attention to nutrition labels, or what are your food ways?
Yeah, so like some of the interviewees were more cautious and passionate than others about their food choices and the sources of like where their food came from, and this seemed to like correlate to their dietary lifestyle.
Yes. For example, Emma was more based on getting food from the right sources, which allowed for like more sustainable practices, while Carlos was more about convenience and affordability and availability, which is not always as sustainable, but
So in the end, we learned that when an interviewee seemed to be less aware of food sustainability and its practices, they felt more at ease to eat what they wanted, and there was less specificity in their food choices. This is also a result of convenience and affordability as well as culture. These interviewees also tend to eat more processed foods, and when an interviewee was more aware of food sustainability, they seemed to be like more specific about what foods they were getting and what they consumed, paying more attention to nutrition labels, ingredients like additives, etc.
Food sustainability definitely seems to allow for a healthier lifestyle, but it's easy to see that it's not always accessible and easy to like maintain that type of lifestyle. So yeah, that is the end of our project.